You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Hey. Hello. All right, there we go. Now we're up and running. Hello. Hello, America. Hello, Vietnam.
Good morning,
Good.
Vietnam.
That one. Good morning, Miss Tony, Rockstone Triz, Leah. How y'all doing?
I'm be fine. Hey,
I be
y'all.
fine.
How y'all doing?
I be fine, too. I be fine. You know, I'm just chilling like a hubcap in the fast lane.
Oh, wow.
What is it? Is it chilling?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was spinning like a hubcap and a hubcap. Some spinning. I'm spilling it.
I got a new one.
What is it? Give me it. Give me
got
it.
a new one.
Hit me.
I got a new one.
Hit me.
Coming in with the left, stepping in first, and the right coming in after.
Okay, it's gonna take some time.
stepping
It's
it.
gonna take some time for
That's
us
how
to
I'm
get.
stepping it.
Well, stay it good. Like, good morning, Tristan. How you doing?
I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
say the
I'm
left
stepping
and the right.
in with the first, with the left. What I said? Yeah, you right.
Step with the
I'm coming in, stepping in with the
to the
left
side.
first, and the right coming in after.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh my!
Yes.
That is fancy. Everything plug in, nothing
Here
a plug
comes
out.
the hot stepper.
Murderer. Good morning, Miss Tony. How you doing, honey?
I am doing well. I feel good. I am energetic. I didn't get much sleep last night, though. I went to bed after 12, and I woke up at 4 o'clock with my eyes wide open.
What was you thinking about?
I was just up with my brain going around,
Up with my brain.
and it was just on.
Me
One.
My brain was just here.
I went to sleep. I went back to bed at like 7, and the alarm
That's
went off
lit.
at 7:20. So I'm gonna go to sleep when I leave here today.
It's a really
But I,
good position for that thing behind you.
I feel good. What is it? What's behind me?
The thing, because you can actually scan it from right there.
Nice.
Oh, look at that.
Design ideas. Okay.
So yeah, I'm doing good. I had a very good evening. I went home and had a delicatessen. Fine dining at its finest. You people wanted to make fun of me. But F y'all. Y'all don't know what you're talking
The
about.
thing is that the girl plated it so beautifully.
Right.
That's right. Because it is fine dining.
Leah, have you in college life? Have
me
you
see if I can
have
show the
you
people.
ate broccoli and hot dog? No, that's her meal today.
That is
as
my
a woman.
meal. That's my meal.
That's her meal today as a woman.
That is my meal that I make.
Is that your meal back in the day?
That's my meal. No, so I did get it from back in the day. Back in the day.
I did see that was a good piece of history. Go
Right.
ahead.
So our moms used to do this 3-day military diet. And that was one of the meals. And so when they were doing this diet, that was one of the meals that they let me partake of with them because I was a child. I didn't need to be on a diet. But one of the days called for hot dogs, broccoli, and there was carrots. But I'm not a fan of carrots like that.
And a banana.
And then banana and vanilla ice cream.
Oh.
That's a wild meal.
Right. So it's a
man.
3-day military diet because it cuts your calories down to like 1,000 calories per day. But these meals that they had for you like had enough whatever I guess calories to sustain you or something. I don't know what it was.
Look
but
how
anyways,
well it's plated.
So I started eating hot dog and broccoli, and then it's a really low calorie meal. I mean low carbohydrate meal. So
because
if
it's
you're doing,
high protein.
it's high protein and low carb. It
Yeah.
has green vegetables, although broccoli is debatable.
Man-made.
Man-made and debatable. How they make broccoli though? I want
That's what I said. Who made it?
Who made it
And how? Yeah,
And
like
what's it
what?
made of?
Yeah.
But anyhow, so that
Look
is
it
my
up.
meal, and it's filling and it's delicious.
That's my
It is a beef sausage with a sautéed vegetable fricassee on the side.
Oh, fricassee.
Yes.
Frick you.
Yes.
Broccoli resulted from breeding of Landris brassica crops
What is it?
in the northern Mediterranean starting about the 6th century BC. Broccoli has its origins in primitive cultivators grown in the Roman Empire and was most likely improved via artificial selection in the southern Italian peninsula or in Sicily.
So what does that mean?
I wanted to pronounce those words extra fancy since I don't know what the hell this just said.
It didn't say a damn thing.
It didn't say anything
It didn't say
to
a damn
me.
thing. Thank you, Malika. Thank you. My hot dogs were steamed. but I will try to grill them the next time.
Listen, that sounds like a
In
recipe.
in a few words, broccoli is a biennial plant, but we grow it as we grow it as an annual. Oh, it's a biennial, but we grow it as an annual. Broccoli is grown for its flower heads, which people consume when they are still immature. Most commercial broccoli growers start the crop from seeds. They basically regular grown.
It's just grown.
It's just grown. You
it's
still
just
got
a
to seed it, and you still
vegetable.
got to grow it. I don't care how the seeds was
Dr.
made.
Sabi said, Dr. Sabi said broccoli ain't good for us.
But why?
Because it's man-made and it got a lot of gas.
But
So
the gas
all
is
vegetables
good.
got a lot of gas.
Yeah.
No, all
Corn
vegetables
got
don't have a lot
gas.
of
Yes, they
gas.
do. Corn, peas, beans, asparagus. All green leafy vegetables got gas
Lettuce
in
don't
them.
got gas.
It do. Anybody ever cook lettuce? Or do you always just eat it raw?
Lettuce? No, you don't cook lettuce.
You never
No,
cook
you only
lettuce, right?
cook cabbage.
Cook cabbage.
Remember one time
Because
somebody,
lettuce is only made out of water.
somebody cooked some cucumbers for us one time. Do you remember that?
No.
She made like curry cucumbers. And it was like, wow, this is interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
You think you make that?
No.
Okay.
All right. Anyhow,
Yes.
Pastor Troy said after seeing how sausage is made, he can't eat it.
That's I mean, yeah, the all meat encompassing
Janet
ones.
talking about that was a poor man's meal because the whole meal cost less than $1. Where you get hot dogs that cost less than $1?
Hot dogs cost $5, almost damn $6.
Almost $6, Janet.
Damn near charging
Shoot.
people $1. That's why you go outside to these little fairs and they charge you all kind of $7, $8 for some damn hot
Remember
dogs.
when we went to Canopy Lake last year? They charged us $15 for a hot dog meal.
Hot dog. Well, I would. Let me out of here. Let me go to the store. Bring me
That's what I
2
said.
packs
Can
of
I
hot
come
dogs.
back in with my can of Pepsi? Because don't you get in for a discount with a can of Pepsi? But I'm going to go somewhere else to get the hot dog because I'm not paying $15 for
You
a
better
hot
go to
dog dinner.
BJ's to get the hot dogs.
Back in the
No,
day,
they used to be
boy.
50 cents. But anyhow,
Yes.
how you doing, Leah? She good. I'm good. Me and Leah here was working yesterday. We was working.
Y'all
Me,
better
her, and
work.
Chat GP friggin' T. Okay.
Get
we
it.
we was working. All right.
Yes.
Customizing things. and
Hallelujah.
Sending them out and figuring out words and things.
Nice.
It's good to have the college youth in here, so they smart.
The youth be knowing.
They be knowing.
And what about you, Triz? How was your evening?
My evening was good. Just did some work. That's about it. You know. Just worked on some music and stuff like that. You know.
All right.
I'm excited for the weekend. There's so much things going on. I'm excited for the summer.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on. We got the Grind Jam session going down with Exposed TV with Steve Lobel. He will be out there schooling y'all on the music industry. We got to talk about that because you don't want that. We really need some. We need some heavy coverage today. Spark FM. Let's put that in the group chat. We also have Daddy and me who we're going to be talking to in a little bit about the fun time that we're going to have
The
on
family
Saturday.
day. Yes.
Bring out the cheering, have a good time, and then send them to their daddy after. And I don't know what else is going on, but we'll get into that later on in the show. But in the sake of time, we're going to keep it moving. I didn't do anything last night, so there's no need to check in. All right.
How are you feeling today, Dave?
I'm feeling well. I'm feeling brand new.
There you go.
It's Wednesday. It's ready to hump.
Advertise your business, brand, or music on Spark FM. Contact us at sparkfmonline.com for more information. Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
The only thing that does matter is great music, and you will find it here.
The all-new Spark FM.
Yerp, we are back. Today is, what is today? Today is Wednesday, 6/7/23, June 7th, 23. We're still experiencing a little bit of a winter streak here. Mainly cloudy today, high in the 70s Fahrenheit. Winds in the northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. It's going to be a high of 70 degrees today.
Wow.
With a low of 49 if we get there tonight. And then we'll have a 30% chance of rain. You know what was happening today when I was driving in? I was stopped at the red light, and then I was like, is it raining? But it wasn't raining. It was those little tree nubs falling down on the car.
Yeah.
But they fell so hard and so many that it felt like rain. What is that?
Where was I yesterday where there was pelting down on my car?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It
And
sounded like little sleets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Neither
I
me.
don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into our around the way news. So yesterday, maybe it was this morning that I realized this, or that I was reading about it. Video shows cruiser driving Boston Mayor Michelle Wu appeared to cause a crash after running a red light. So the Boston Police Department is investigating a car crash involving Mayor Michelle Wu on Tuesday, according to city officials. Video obtained by Boston 25 News shows a police cruiser with activated lights carrying the mayor attempting to make a left turn onto Hyde Park Ave. The video shows the lights on Hyde Park Ave are green and the mayor's driver makes a left on Blakemore Street. Let's let this lady, Lisa Puppas, tell
New
us.
photos from a neighbor that clearly show Boston Mayor Michelle Wu was involved in this crash. Just to give you some perspective, she was in a car coming from Blakemore Street over here. Her cruiser was attempting to make a left-hand turn onto Hyde Park Ave over here when they crashed into that oncoming car. Now, this is a busy intersection, as you can see, and while we've been out here tonight, we haven't noticed any issues with the traffic lights, and there's a good few seconds before this light turns green once this one turns red. In this video, you can see the traffic light is green at the top right of your screen for cars going both ways on Hyde Park Ave this morning when a black SUV coming from Blakemore Street crashes into an oncoming car. That black SUV has lights activated, and Boston 25 News confirms Mayor Michelle Wu was a passenger in that cruiser. Our sources tell us a mother and child were in the other car involved in this crash. Neighbors took pictures of the aftermath, showing Mayor Wu by an ambulance talking to the family who was in the other car, and you can see a small child getting checked out by EMS, as well as significant damage to the front of that family's car. The mayor's office confirms she was involved in a crash Tuesday morning, and the city spokesperson says, thankfully, no one sustained any major injuries. When you look back at the video, it appears the mayor's driver ran a red light. While the light is green for the traffic on Hyde Park Ave, you see 3 cars, including that yellow school bus, already pass through the intersection when the mayor's cruiser attempts to make a left turn and crashes into that
This
oncoming
person
car
saw
that most likely
this person
still had a
didn't
green
see.
light. Now, just for context, it is normal for the mayor of Boston to be escorted by a driver or by a BPD officer, so this was normal. I did ask the mayor's office what their protocol is when it comes to activating those sirens and lights in that cruiser, but I've not yet heard back on that. Boston police is investigating this crash. Live in Boston.
It almost seems like they didn't see that the cruiser was coming as they were coming. Like this white car stopped for the cruiser because they probably saw it, but then that lady next door, she didn't see it, so she just went through it.
So they said it was a cruiser. Was it a police cruiser?
It was because it had its lights activated.
Oh, okay. Because they said the driver. So the driver was a police officer.
I don't know if the driver was a police officer, but what they were driving had lights on it.
Oh.
So I don't know what kind of whatever it was, but that thing that got hit had the lights on it, and that thing ran the light because they had their lights activated, and the other person didn't see and crashed into them.
Wow.
I'm glad that everybody's okay. Yeah. I like the fact that she went and was checking on the family to make sure the family was good.
Well, she's that kind of person.
Teens in Jamaica Plain fined. All right.
They find that prices are higher in
black neighborhoods.
Prices are higher in black neighborhoods.
Yes,
yeah.
And I don't understand because ain't we the ones who have the problem buying the groceries?
Exactly.
Most of the time.
Exactly.
Let's go to the story right now. That's sick.
Yep.
I think that's disgusting.
And it's true because I've experienced it. I've gone out to I go to the Walgreens on Morton, right, and try to look for something, and then if I don't find whatever, I go to the other Walgreens down on Morrissey, and it's like $1 or $2 cheaper all the time.
Morrissey is cheaper, or Hyde Park?
Morrissey is cheaper than Morton Street. Morton Street is a poorer neighborhood and the prices are
Oh,
higher.
Morton Street and Morrissey. See, I'm thinking about the Walgreens up here on Hyde Park Ave.
Oh,
when you
no,
come
that's
right
closed.
there. Okay. That's closed?
Yeah, they closed it.
Shut up.
Yeah.
When the frick did they close it?
Last year?
No, I went there before last year.
The beginning of this year, then.
No,
Well,
I
it's
went
closed.
there after the beginning of this year.
Well, it's closed.
When did they close that? Why did they close that? That's a good
Than
Walgreens.
shoppers buying their groceries in Dedham.
It makes us
18%
angry
higher.
to see that we're paying more and we're being ripped off because we live by food stamps.
Derek Medina is learning valuable lessons about equity and inflation. The 15-year-old is part of a youth development organization called High Square Task Force that focuses on arts, civic engagement, and college prep. Recently, 5 high school students formed a team to study and compare food prices at Stop and Shop in a lower-income community in Jamaica Plain, where he lives, as compared to a Stop and Shop in Dedham.
And then we saw that there was an 18% increase in the prices, so like about a $34.80 kind of thing. And so that concerned us.
The 2-month study did not include produce or items that were for sale. The teens went into both stores, took photos, went over all the pricing, and then reached out to Stop and Shop.
They just said that they don't have time to meet with us, that the information is proprietary, that it's private, they don't give it out, and they wish us good luck with the project. We're hoping they'll reconsider now.
And I thank you for your amazing support at Stop and Shop.
We caught up with Stop and Shop at a ribbon-cutting ceremony for their new food pantry at the Dimmock Center in Roxbury. The location is not far from the JP Stop and Shop, one of 15 they have throughout the city.
Yeah, we are aware of that and unfortunately can't provide much of a comment there. But I do want to say how proud we are of our commitment to this community and what we do to nourish the neighborhood here.
I want them to have more equity. I want them to make everything equal because we cannot keep living like this.
Derek says a High Square Task Force group would love the opportunity to engage in conversation with Stop and Shop to see how food prices can come down in JP so it's the same everywhere.
My parents, they decided to do this long walk, this long ride to go to another shop called America's Food Basket because we didn't have another choice.
No word yet if the two sides will actually meet up. Stop and Shop says they don't plan to comment, but will let us know if anything changes. In Jamaica Plain, I'm Paul
Of course, they
Burton.
don't plan to comment.
I like how she did that,
Did
though.
you see how she pivoted so quick?
Did. She was like, yeah, we know I don't have any comment, but I am glad about what we're doing right now.
You know when the camera went off, she was like, God damn it, I didn't know they were going to ask me anything about that. What the hell?
That's dope, though. Shout out to those kids.
Good for them.
I'm glad. He was like, I want equity. God damn it.
He said, my parents had to walk all the way to America's Food Basket down the street and get the things that they needed.
And that ain't right.
They should have went to Price Right.
That is true.
Price Right.
Or they should have just went
Price
out there
is right.
to that stop and go down there to Dimmock and get them free groceries. Because that's
true.
what I'm going to start doing.
But what was the name of the one that was there before Price Right?
Save a lot.
What happened to Save a Lot? They're gone.
They got
No,
bought
was
out.
it Save or wasn't it
Yeah,
something
it was
else?
Save a Lot.
Oh, like
Save a lot.
Save a Lot?
Price is Right.
It was Save a Lot. It wasn't Price Right. It was Price is Right.
It's Purity Supreme.
Go away.
Why wasn't it Purity?
Go to the next story. You're out of line.
It's Purity Supreme, goddammit. City of Boston gears up for their first Pride Parade since 2019. I'm going. We've got to go.
How are we going? We're gonna be at that.
We're gonna. There are many of us. There are many of us. All of us don't got to be in one place. There are many of us, and I'm going to Pride.
Good.
Because I'm going to Pride for my people.
Me too.
Because I'm an ally.
I got a little gay dress. I'm gonna wear it.
Let me wear it. You gonna be a daddy of me? Let me wear it.
Oh.
Thank you very much. Tristan has the clip right here. Because, the thing is with this, and I'm glad that I'm mad that there's no actual article, but I'm gonna find one. That the Pride Parade had the same issue that the Boston Carnival had, whereas the old regime didn't want to give it up to any new ideas and to evolve the parade, so they decided to cancel it completely since we couldn't all get along.
Yeah,
I ain't mad at it, but go ahead. Play the clip, because I ain't got nothing to say. I'm almost a hater. And I always got to say something. Yes.
A new start for Pride in Boston offers an opportunity to represent everyone in the LGBTQ community and reach those who haven't felt included in the past, says Grace Moreno, CEO of the Massachusetts LGBT Chamber of Commerce.
I think as the community started to see the shift in our people, right, in the LGBTQ community, and starting to realize how many voices weren't being heard, there was a great deal of sadness and of frustration that there was no room to improve what was there in ways that would bring more visibility to the populations that weren't being represented.
Say that, lady.
Moreno and organizers with the group Boston Pride for the People say this year's Pride Parade and month-long activities came together from scratch without any resources or assistance passed on from the Boston Pride Group that dissolved in 2021.
This first year as just, like putting down a few of the first foundational bricks, but we see building this new organization as an ongoing and open process that involves a lot of community members.
Boston Pride for the People Vice President Joe Trigilio says the parade itself will be shorter than the city's previous prides, but expects the excitement of a unified celebration will be palpable after 3 consecutive years of not having a parade in Boston.
There'll be floats and music and all the stuff all the glitter and feather boas and sparkles and rainbows and unicorns there usually is.
The 2023 Pride Parade kicks off here in Copley Square and ends on Boston Common and will be followed by vibrant festivals happening on both the Common and City Hall Plaza.
This is how our movement kind of started, as a riot and as an expression of us saying, this is who we are, and we are not sorry about it.
Parade co-chair Dan Ortega says the final touches and fundraising will be playing out until the final hour. Boston 25 News witnessed that firsthand at a volunteer parade training session, where the many faces of those involved in this symbolic event were visible.
Every sort of facet of our community is showing up and is excited to be part of this year's year. So I think it's going to be just an amazing representation of who we are as a community. We're making LGBTQ plus history by creating this new space for folks.
Drew Kalidas, your local station, Boston 25 News.
I'm excited.
That flag is pretty.
That flag is pretty, and I'm excited. And those people is fun. And I want to go out there, hang out with my friends and them, and do nice things. That's funny. I love it. Let's keep it going. Boston police searching for 2 teenage girls. They have been found as of this morning.
Have both of them been found?
Yes.
I thought it was only one.
Both of them has been found.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Okay. I posted a thing about another one that was missing as of yesterday.
Oh, fuck. There is an influx.
Yeah.
Of missing children,
yeah,
especially little black girls, going on in Boston right now, and it is
happening?
Crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on, but there needs to be some addressation to it, because I don't know what is happening, but I don't like it at all. Everybody got to keep their children inside and take their cell phones.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna start a campaign on removing cell phones.
Well, then this is the thing, though. We're hearing about all these little girls missing all over the place. This morning, as I was driving in, there was a little girl who had to be about 9 or 10, walking down the street by herself. Why? Why is she walking down the street by herself, going anywhere?
Lack of resources, probably. Mom probably had to be to work at 7 o'clock. Could only get her dressed and make her wait till it's time to walk down the street.
I felt bad. I wanted to offer her a ride, but I was like, maybe that's not what I should do.
I see it all the time.
That's not how you do it.
I see it all the time. Little kids walking down the street, and I literally have to think about the privilege that a lot of people have that don't think is privilege. Like the fact that I leave for here before my son gets on the bus. Mm-hmm. And if he didn't have, grandparents at home that can ensure that he's on the bus, he would be doing that by himself, or I would not be able to do the things that I need to do to put food on the table. So we have to think about it in those kind of situations where there's a lot of people whose parents probably working double jobs, and they're like, yo, the children is a latchkey kid where they got to get their stuff ready and go to school, or they not gonna go to school. Yeah. It sucks. It really does suck.
It's awful.
And there's not enough resources, and there's not enough help out here for a lot of these parents, and it's awful. 9-year-olds walking to school. Not mine.
Yeah, and I mean, I understand that, but I mean, like, especially with how we're hearing about these kids just disappearing all the time or being missing all the time. It's just like, I think I would hope that they would make extra efforts to do like a carpool or something. I don't know. I hate it.
Yeah.
Right. Snyder said I walked to school by myself in the 1990s, and that's true. I mean, we used to be out at the bus stop in the dark.
Yeah.
Getting on the T to go to school back in the 90s, or at least I was. And
things weren't that bad then.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, I remember one time there was a pervert on the bus who was making eyes at me, but that was the worst of it.
The circumstances haven't changed since then for a lot of people, and like if they were doing it in the 90s and that's how you grew up, like it's going to keep on going. And it sucks, but it's our reality. I hate it. I hate it. I'm going to start a ride sharing service. Maybe get some funding for that. Maybe the Daddy and Me Literacy program could help me with that as well.
Daddy and Me Literacy bus.
Yes. All right. And our last story, Tropical Foods on Melnia Cass Boulevard sues to block construction of residential building next door. Good. We got too much goddamn residential buildings. Build them over there on Providence Highway. There is just so much space over there to build things.
In Dedham?
Yeah. Like if you go up to Dedham after you pass the car dealerships, there's just big spaces of empty lot.
But they built residential buildings on top of the car dealership. Those first, the Honda dealership and the whatever, there's residential places right there.
They need to do more of those because everywhere else in this state has grounds to build on, and they keep finding they're gonna build a house right in this little place very soon.
They probably
in this little alleyway. So Tropical Foods on Milnia Cass Boulevard in Roxbury says a 10-story residential building next door could cause parking and driving problems for its customers, created offensive shadows, and reduce the value of its property. So it's asking a judge to annul the zoning board of appeal approval of the project. In a lawsuit filed today in Suffolk Superior Court, Tropical Food says the proposed building with 64 affordable apartments, 30 affordable condos, and 2 market rate condos is simply way too big and tall for the site and the parking lot and would sit between them. The board approval was arbitrary, capricious, and legally untenable and even whimsical. The suit charges. They were throwing in words. They was like, oh, this is a good one. Put that in the paragraph. But the land Tropical Food sits on, the land on which the Madison Park Development Corp., the Trinity Financial, want to put their residential units, were originally vacant lots owned by the city or the state. Tropical Food charges that neither Madison Park nor Trinity provided the least shred of proof of the sort of hardship that is required for a variance to exceed what a lot zoning required. So this sounds like when they were trying to do it over there by Jamaica Plain, and they didn't want them to put up the residential because the customers wouldn't have anywhere to park or something. Remember that? And we was all upset about it. So I guess I got to be upset about this one too.
Let's be upset.
Let's be upset.
Let's decide to be upset.
I'm upset about it. Let residents reside, and they could just walk over to more Actually, it actually makes sense because if you put all those units there, then they will all shop at Tropical, and that will increase your revenue.
Yeah, but then all the residents will take up the parking spaces, and other people won't be able to shop at Tropical. It'll only be the residents. That's what they're arguing about. True.
But the Blair lot parking lot is right across the street.
Well, soon they're gonna build houses in the Blair lot parking lot. We all know that's gonna happen.
Cause Tropical got a big parking lot.
Yeah, they need it.
Yeah,
and because I need to park there to get my pear tracks.
That's what you go there for, to get pear tracks.
And well, until I discovered the little market over here in
solos and pear tracks and all kinds of
pear tracks and kiss cakes and all the things.
Kiss cakes and Apple J.
Yeah,
Apple J.
Tings.
Anyhow, people, we're going to slide on to the side and go to commercial break. We'll be right back in a few moments, so keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. And when we come back, we'll be speaking to Daddy and Me.
Yeah.
Literacy. Who will make a rap?
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
The all-new Spark FM. Spark FM. Log on to sparkfmonline.com.
This is your favorite Latina Katsira from Exposed TV, bringing you the latest scoop. And guess what? You're tuned in to Spark FM, the #1 station for urban and Caribbean music. Mark your calendars because I've got something special brewing for you. The biggest music business conference, the Grind Jam Session, is taking place June 10th and 11th at Exposed TV Studios. And trust me, this is an event you don't want to miss. Get ready to elevate your game. We've assembled an all-star lineup of talent and knowledge for you to soak up. And who better than to learn from the legendary Steve Lobel and many other music professionals. Now, here's the deal. Tickets are selling fast and you need to act quickly. Head over to exposewithaz.com and secure your spot for a mind-blowing event. And believe me when I say this is an investment in yourself that you won't regret. This is Kateria signing off from Spark FM, your ultimate source of urban and Caribbean music. Stay tuned for more updates and keep rocking that positive energy. Hasta luego, mi gente.
Boston and surrounding communities. Boston Lesbi Gay Urban Foundation and Fenway Health Center is coming to inform you on how important it is to protect yourself from COVID-19. Let's get vaccinated. Let's encourage our loved ones and community friends and family to get boosted. Getting a COVID shot and a booster shot will help save more lives. Guess what? If you receive a vaccination, Blue will give you a one-day pass to any Urban Pride event, July 1st to July 3rd, 2023. To get connected to a health center near you, email info@lesbiagayurbanfoundation.org or visit the CDC website to learn more.
Unites Production invites you to their annual International Togetherness Boat Ride. Tell me about work in the morning, unless we're talking hard work, wine and jump. On Saturday, July 15th, boarding time is at 7 p.m. Departure time is at 8 p.m. sharp. It's all taking place at 70 Rose Wall. That's the Seaport District in Boston, aboard the MV Freedom. Tickets are only $60 in advance and $70 the day of the event. Your DJs on board: Mastermind, Vital Rhythm, Sergio, Alfredito, Idrin, HMB out of New York City. Special performances by a group from Honduras, Turbo Rhythm Section out of Trinidad. Light dinner's gonna be included. It's a 21+ event and proper ID is required. Come dress to impress in your mellow yellow attire. Tickets are available on eventbrite.com. For more information, contact 617-719-3972 or 617-980-4729. Unites Productions invites you to their annual International Togetherness Boat Ride. Look at how it are.
Mattapan Square Main Streets invites you out to celebrate the arts and culture of Mattapan at the 2023 Stroll of the District on Sunday, June 25th from 12 to 4 p.m. Come out and support the local businesses, learn about the resources in the community, create art, and celebrate the district. Live music by Chico Mania and Classic, hosted by Miss Hot Sauce alongside the People's DJ, DJ Mott. You don't want to miss this.
The all-new Spark FM.
Them not like me, I mean not like them.
Spark FM.
Come on.
Spark FM.
Yo, chick a man be ballin'. These chicks pigeon toed. Some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Oh gosh, it's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Welcome back, Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are back in the building. Well, we didn't really go anywhere, we just took a quick commercial break, but we are here again like we never left. And today our special guest in the building is Miss Sahira Mohammed.
That's my best friend.
Oh, wow. Wow. And Mr. Don from the Dawn Firearms, who's in a different capacity today. He is a dad. He is a me.
Dad Firearm.
He's a dad firearm today.
Day one, daddy and me.
Day one. She's got the children on lock. He's making sure that they are safe and protected.
And well read.
And well read.
Exactly. All the things.
All the things. Okay, all right. Check your mic. Say something.
Yep.
Okay, bring it closer to you. Hi, Daddy and Me Literacy Program. How are you?
Good morning.
Blacktastic.
Blacktastic. Good morning.
I brought gifts.
Ooh, give me the gifts.
I love gifts.
I love gifts. Oh, Daddy
You have to
and
put
Me
them on.
T-shirt.
We're rocking. We're Brandon.
We're Brandon today.
Oh.
Daddy and Me.
Daddy and Me.
Dee says, hey, Rumi.
Hey. Okay, so for those who don't know, tell us what Daddy and Me Literacy Program is and tell us all of it.
Absolutely. So Daddy and Me actually started very informally. It was founded by my late brother Marzouk Muhammad in 2018.
Oh, wow.
And so my brother, who actually was a really successful real estate developer, started out his career in education. And literacy was so important for him. I think one of the things that he found was that our black and brown children, by the time they started school, were so far behind from their white counterparts. There was such a gap there. And one of the keys to addressing that was literacy and starting early. And so he really wanted to find a way to promote the love of literacy and instill that love in our black and brown babies, but also to create a space for dads and men of color to be able to fellowship. And so he started it informally, just getting together a monthly book club with his some of his peers. And when he passed in May of 2018, it really was the dads who came together and was like, this work is so impactful and we really need to keep it going. And so here we are 5 years later.
Keeping it going.
Keeping his legacy strong and promoting the love of literacy in our black and brown babies.
What's the premise of we read books? And so one thing that I do like is that we often hear about programs when it comes to moms and their kids, and that's something that we always see. And I always feel like men will be like, but what about us? But what about us? We love our kids too, like all of the things. I like the fact that this focuses on the dad and the involvement with the dad and the family, and regardless of whether it's your own or not, is that we're educating the kids and making sure that they have some form of foundation. Right. Why is it so important to focus on the dads in this?
Absolutely. I mean, I think, because my brother was a dad, and when he started, he had his oldest son, Amir, was a baby. And it was funny because from jump, before Amir was even in this earth, he was like, born.
Yeah.
The baby shower, we had to bring books. You don't want no cards, bring a book and sign a book for him. Anytime you go by his house.
Oh, that's dope. Yeah.
Read a book with Amir. He wants to take a picture with people reading books with Amir. And so it was so important for him from jump with his son. So I think as a dad, that was what kind of motivated him as well. But also just this work is so impactful. I mean, the importance of dads, fathers, uncles, because sometimes, as we know, dads aren't there, but who's in that role? Who's the father figure, the dad, the uncle, the grandpa, the godfather, whoever it is, how important their role is in raising children and in families' lives. So
I think that's really super important. Did you have something?
No, go ahead.
That's really, really super important. What is Daddy and Me Literacy Day?
So the Family Fun Day, and I brought my flyer.
Well, before we get to Family Fun Day, tell us about how Daddy and Me meets and
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So we started. It was a monthly book club. So we still have the monthly. We meet the third Sundays of every month. We're really big on representation. So all of the stories that we pick are black and brown babies see characters that look like them. We also like to support local authors. So we've had over the years several local authors come in and we've read their books. And also building home libraries for our family. So making sure that everyone who registers for the monthly book club gets a copy of the book that we're highlighting that month. So that was kind of how we started. Since then, I want to say in 2021, we started pop-up story times in the community.
Ooh.
So where we would just pop up at a local park, at a local garden, a local library, give away books, read stories. We've had some of our young readers read, which is another key thing we've kind of moved towards too, because as some of our little ones are getting older and starting to read books on their own, highlighting them and having them read the books during the session. And then last year we started the Family Fun Day, and it was such a huge success that we was like, we need to do this every year.
Absolutely.
And so it's really a time for us to bring families together, creating a safe space for families to engage and have a good time. provide activities. So we have a literacy tent, we have a STEM tent, we have an arts and craft and face painting.
What's in the STEM tent? That
that
sounds
was,
awesome.
That was really fun last year.
So the STEM tent, yeah. So science activities this year. My dad, who's like a long-time educator, math educator. I think the activity he's doing is "Are you a square?" And so, so don't get me, because teaching in math and science is not my thing. I'm a social worker by trade, so not my thing. I intentionally took classes that I didn't have a degree that didn't have to take math and science classes. But so he has this really fun way of engaging young people in math and science, and so so that's exciting. But you know, it's also just we have local performers. We have a resource fair, so we have over 30 community organizations and local vendors who are going to table at the event, and so just giving them an opportunity to provide resources and different things about their businesses to the community folks that come out. So.
Looks like bouncy houses and game trucks.
A game truck.
Game truck. Bouncy houses, face painting. They have books that they give out to the kids. They had, I think we got plants last year.
Oh, I love a plant.
Book bags. Book bag drive happened last year. And one of the fun things too was at the Boston Rhythm Riders where they are dancing with the kids too. So it was a really, really good time.
We had a good time.
Yeah. And this year I'm looking forward to doing all of the same things again. I know that Daddy and Me has a lot of good endeavors that are coming up from the summer aside from the Family Fun Day. Do you want to get into those?
Yeah, absolutely. So last year we got funding from Save the Harbor to do some pop-up story times on the beach. And so we got that funding again this year. So we have a couple of dates, July 16th, August 6th. June 10th is the Family Fun Day. Sorry.
June 10th is Family Fun Day.
Saturday.
Okay.
Yes, and then July 16th, August 6th, and August 20th, we'll have our beach story time pop-ups funded through Save the Harbor. So,
what do we do there?
Same pop-up story time. So we come out, we do a story, we have an activity, the kids get a copy of the book, we have refreshments. So it's just a good time, but on the beach. And so it's good. I think Save the Harbor's goal is to really to utilize Massachusetts beaches, and so they offer funding to organizations to do programming on the beach, and which is a great time because some of these beaches, I'm gonna be honest, I ain't know nothing about, and I'm like I'm born and raised in Boston. I lived a lot of my adult life not in Boston, but I don't recall ever going to Tenian Beach or Malibu Beach.
Where the hell is Tenian Beach?
Behind Boston Bowl.
Yep.
And it's not really a
swim beach. Oh, okay.
But they have a really new, nice playground. They have tennis courts.
Really?
Yeah, and then Malibu Beach is right there on
Morrissey Boulevard?
Morrissey, yeah.
Oh, we went out there
That's
one
where we
time.
went, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a nice boardwalk. I mean, I don't think
Those
I would
are
ever get
considered
into the
beaches?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you know,
Boston got bad beaches.
Like Antigua, 365.
Right. So, you know, I would never actually get into the water in Boston.
Yeah.
But the beach, they're really putting a lot of work and funding into like cleaning up the beaches in the harbor. And so it's just a nice opportunity to introduce some of those spaces that some of our families may not have known about.
Right.
But, you know, maybe not for swimming, but definitely to have there's nice green spaces and pavilions and things like that, boardwalks. So so it's just a nice opportunity to bring families out, a new environment, a new space, and do some literacy.
And Mr. Don, how did you get involved?
So my good friend Marzouk and I were friends since, pretty much fourth grade. And we went to the Bates and then on to the Timothy Middle School where we were in AWC, left that and went on to ISL School, Independent School League. So they went on to Nobles and, which was a horrible choice. Disagree with that. Where I went on to St. Sebastian's. And after graduating college, when we came back to Roxbury, one of the things that we began to think about, particularly taking into consideration that our principal, Dr. Roger Harris, was retiring, was like, how do we continue to create an avenue and a pipeline for young black boys to have access and opportunity to private schools?
Hello. Yeah.
And one of Marzouk's biggest solutions to that was literacy, right? Like, how do we improve the literacy? And one day, sitting in my living room, we have this events at my house sometimes where we call it like a homeschool kind of network event for families with small children. So Marzouk used to come by the house with Amir when he was small, and he was like, man, I want to do something like this and make it his own. And then that's where the birth of Daddy and Me was.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
That's awesome.
why was it so important to him about literacy? Like, given the statistics, I know, like, we all have some very crazy statistics.
Right.
But why was literacy just so important to him?
Yeah. I think he just thinks that literacy is key, and again,
It's fundamental.
It is.
Yeah.
And then when we're talking about educational, which is the bigger picture, when we're talking about educational access and opportunity. So speaking of that, one of the things, he also was on the board at Nobles. He also worked with the Achieve program, and so that's one of the other things that Daddy and Me Inc., which is our umbrella organization, has worked with the Achieve program, and so they actually have the Marzouk Muhammad Scholars, where their goal is they're out of Nobles, but they actually it's a program where they are again providing educational access and opportunities, like helping to mold young Black kids from the community. And so those Marzouk Muhammad Scholars are actually, he wanted to focus on the Grove Heart area, which is where we grew up, and so finding kids from that area and providing them with services, opportunities, and support to be able to get access to the independent school leagues, where ultimately they could get better access to education.
So ultimately, live by at Grove Hall. We're gonna get that.
What was you gonna say?
No, so ultimately the idea was like, you know, in a bigger picture of thinking about the talent in our city and our communities leaving once they get educated, you know, at the higher level. Yeah. His idea was like, all right, yo, in order to tackle this humongous feat, what is the one small thing we could do that could add to, you know, the wheels on the train in order to get the train to come back and come back to our community. So that was why he chose literacy.
Right.
And then I feel like this, but I feel like this is kind of like what we keep on complaining about here, is like where the OGs at.
Yeah.
You know, like where are the people who are actually stepping in to make sure that these kids have some positivity in their life and that they're not just out here running around being crazy. Like, I keep on going against the cell phones for kids, and here you guys like replace. I feel like this should, Daddy and Me should be a turn in your cell phones, get a book. Because there clearly isn't enough reading going on here, because there is, like, if I'm not attached to my cell phone, if I'm not attached to something on the screen that is stimulating my mind, then I almost feel bored and I want to do something crazy. And I feel like we, for a long time, talk about this, but this is something else. Like, a lot of people don't know that this program exists. And I feel like if a lot of men, uncles and grandpas and brothers knew about it, maybe they would get involved and be like, yo, little bro, pick up a book.
And that's the other part of this too, right? Like, the literacy part is very, very important, but it's also Daddy and Me.
Yeah.
It is an activity for fathers or grandfathers, uncles, godfathers, whatever, to be involved with these kids' lives, and to also, you know, provide not only like street smarts, but also book smarts. So that's really, really awesome.
And it doesn't seem like it takes a lot of time.
No.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Our monthly book club, it's 1 hour the third Sunday of every month. And and that's part of the thing, is promoting it early. You see so many times where parents are handing their kids 3 and 4 year olds that know how to work a cell phone better than I do. And that's part of it. Part of, like, for us, it's like we want to instill that love of literacy early. You know, from the time they're born, you should be reading to them. You should be helping them to develop those skills. And so if from the time they're born, that's your, and I get it, because parenting ain't no easy feat.
Man, listen.
But we have to be mindful that and be intentional parents, because if your strategy to, you know, getting your kid out your hair is handing them a tablet or a phone, then that's behaviors are learned. So that's the behavior that you're encouraging, and so we do need to kind of combat that. And so how do we balance it?
And the beautiful thing about Daddy and Me is that when you think about community, right, it's about developing positive peer group dynamics.
Yes.
And one of the most beautiful things I know for my daughter, we homeschool our girls as well as my son.
You guys homeschool?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
How's that?
Well, we focus on Daddy and Me right now. Let's stay on topic.
You wear so many hats, you're gonna have to come back again.
You know, Donko's an educator from start. So hold on. So CK and Noah gonna be at your door on Monday.
Literally.
So I'm trying to tell y'all
because school ends soon, and we don't. If we knew that there's a Daddy and Me daycare center over there,
and they gonna learn how to shoot.
So what I was trying to say before I was interrupted.
What was you saying again? What you talking about?
No, but I think for me the most positive thing that came out of it from my daughter is seeing a young boy that was younger than her being able to read, you know, quote unquote, better than her.
Yeah.
And that lit a fire under my oldest daughter, and she was like, "Nah," you know. And now she's like, "Oh, come on, Dad, let's read." Or you know, she asked her grandmother or my wife to read, and I think that's so dope. You know, like because it's not something that you see often where intellect is valued and quote unquote competitive.
AP says he's getting involved because he has 3 little boys who love to read. And see, this is what I love, because he probably didn't know about it before, but now he does, and now we have another black man that's bringing more children to learn how to read. You know, that's dope.
DaddyandMeBoston.com. Yep, we put it in the comments for everybody, which is
Sign
awesome.
up on the listserv, AP. You'll get the announcement, the emails for the monthly sessions.
And can I just add,
wait, hold on, Donko, let us know what month we need to sign up.
No, but what I will say,
she wants to read now.
What I will say is, and this is just the petty 02119 in me, is that Daddy and Me is a Roxbury creation.
It
you know, just so we make sure we throw that out.
I don't think there's any other community in here, in this Boston, that reps as hard as Roxbury. I am convinced. Like, I don't know anyone else.
It's the struggles. I'm struggle hard. You got to rep hard.
Well, now we're going to change. We're going to be from Roxbury. The house next door from Roxbury. So
Daryl Ferdinand said, my son is 2 years old, and he'll only get an electronic device on the weekends, weekdays, or we play with his toys, and at night we read books to sleep. That's what it should be. Like especially that daily reading, like parents, and I feel at this all the time. I started out like this. CK loved books. Now he won't look at a book, and I'm like, boy. That's why I took YouTube off again.
Or in addition to that, I think what the brother said, that comment there, that is powerful. And, you know, shout out her sister for being a master STEM teacher. But I think in addition to taking away the iPad, it's important to replace it with something.
Absolutely.
So in my house, we do robotics. You can literally, a lot of parents don't know this, but you can go to the Lego store and they have it in the Lego store. And it is very simple. It's not as hard as people make it seem. So I think if you take away the phone, I just want to encourage parents to understand you have to replace it with something.
Yes, absolutely.
Give me that tablet, go outside.
Well,
these kids don't like to play outside these days. What's wrong with them?
Yesterday,
climbing trees.
I said to Noah yesterday when I picked him up from school, I said, do you want to go to the park for a few minutes or do you want to go home and relax? And he was like, I think home. And I was like, okay, that's fine.
Mine is the opposite. Like, it be raining and thunder. Can I go outside, ride my scooter? No. Here, take the tablet. No, you know, like.
Do you guys help them find the type of books to read? Like, I know when I was younger, there were a lot of books, but I didn't read because I couldn't find books that I was interested in.
And there's so many of them.
But once I found books that I was interested in, I was stuck in them. Do you guys help them find the type of books to read?
Yeah, we choose them every month.
Yeah, we choose them. So the monthly book club, so there's a book that's chosen, whether if it's a local author highlighting one of their books, or we pick books that represent, you know, have.
I know that for May it was Always With You, Always With Me. It was by Grammy Award winning Kelly Rowland. Oh wow, what's that book about?
About working moms.
Amen. Let me get that one.
Yeah, so that was, you know, because May was Mother's Day, and so we was highlighting our mothers, and actually Amir read and did an excellent job. But it was a book that she wrote about working mothers and having to, you know, balance being away from your child and the child wanting mommy around. And, you know, kind of creating that balance because you got to go to work. So
it sounds like an amazing book.
Can I ask, since you're talking about mothers, if there isn't a father around, are moms able to participate, or is it okay?
Yeah, we have moms and grandmoms.
All the Muhammad sisters be there.
Moms supporting Daddy and Me t-shirt.
So did they see that? So Tony got the mom supporting Daddy and Me. So we do have moms because we recognize that dads aren't always there, but we do want to encourage, and we always talk about the, you know, even if dad's not there, is there an uncle, is there a brother, is there a godfather, because that role is so important in our children's lives, and we have to be mindful of that.
I'm really glad that you said that. I'm happy about the question, because I do feel like a lot of times, often mothers do feel like, because there is no dad, that they're the only other option. But there are, you know, mentors, uncles, even grandparents that it's a low lift too. Like it's not like I gotta do a physical activity and take all my day. So I would even encourage mothers to reach out and find a male that you trust and that you know that you can trust with your children to take up that role, even if it's just to attend this.
I mean, shout out to Triz. Triz love the kids.
He love the kids.
He will
pick
do
him
the
up
daddy
from
and me and all of that with them.
He pick him up from school, take him.
I try to play my part.
And that's important.
It's very
it's
important.
So important.
We appreciate you.
And you know what? Since pre-COVID, we used to be at the Hawthorne Community Center. Shout out to Liz Miranda. That was back in her days, and her and Marzuka were really good friends, and so she provided a space for us. But since COVID, we've been virtual. So we've had a dad who's in the military who was stationed somewhere else in another state from his son, and his son would get on the Zoom, and he would get on the Zoom. So I mean, so we're always finding ways to connect and engage, and so there's no boundary.
And I think it's important at this point to shout out another Roxbury business, Frugal Bookstore.
Yes. Oh, please shout it out.
Which is very important to make sure that, in addition to purchasing Black books, but we also purchase them from Black bookstores.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah. That is super important. I'm glad that you shouted them. Frugal Bookstore is now in Nubian Square. Yep. A lot of us don't even know that it moved from Washington Mall to now Nubian Square. They have a really nice little setup. Me and Tony discovered it one time when I made her walk with me down Dudley.
Made me.
And we were like, oh, that's where Frugal Bookstore is. Yeah. They still have a lot of book signings from Black authors and a lot of different things. So even if you don't have anything to do, go take the children down to Frugal Bookstore. Yes. I do want to shout out my sister too, because since Noah was small, every Monday she'd take him to the library. Yeah. Like when other people was doing randomness, she was like, spending an hour at the library, just read a book. And he grew up literally, like I have pictures of him sitting in the back of my car. He has the option of the tablet, but he will pick up that book, and even when he didn't read, he was reading something. He's reading words.
He reads books on the tablet too.
So that's, I think it's important. Yes, absolutely.
We started in the NICU with him. We actually were part of a NICU literacy program. No, it was in the NICU for 5 months, and we started reading to him probably like the second night that he was born. And so every night, like that's his punishment. Like no story tonight. Like, oh no story. And now he's reading bedtime stories to me when he goes to bed. So.
There was a piece of data that Marzouk had referenced that says something like homes that have libraries in them, their child were like some crazy percentage wise more likely to become successful.
Wow.
Just from the presence of the library. So that was where the idea of making sure that families got the book to go home with became important.
We're building their libraries. We're building their home libraries.
I believe in it. I believe in it. I got I never thought about building one for him. I got my own. Terrible parent.
He can read your books.
He can read my books. It's a little risky.
Go to IKEA, get the cheap bookshelf.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
That's what I got for myself. He's gonna get one of those too. Okay, so Literacy Day, Daddy and Me Literacy Day Family Day is June 10th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. because y'all know the children wake up early. You don't wanna have to dibble and dabble. Get them dressed. When they wake up, get them dressed, get them their breakfast, and then we're gonna shoot down to the Martini Shell down on Truman Park Way in Hyde Park. It's a big, beautiful park. If you guys remember Rhythm, that's where we held Rhythm. So they will be there. Bouncy houses, all kinds of stuff. Books. Books.
Yeah, we have shout outs. Let me just shout out some of our sponsors. So Trefla Foundation, Nellie Mae, Trinity Financial, United Way, MTK Development, Nicole Bluford Law Offices, NEI. Our partners are More Than Words, Who's Got Moral, Dawn the Firearm,
Spark FM
in the house, WVS Productions. So we have a ton of like sponsors and community partners that we're so thankful for. And listen, come out. I think we've had about 250 people register for this event on Eventbrite. Awesome. Yeah. I'm a little nervous if all 250 show up. But
we didn't prepare.
They'll be transitional. It'll be like 50-50 in the
right.
But come out, have a good time. I mean, it's really about just an enjoying time with your family. We'll have yard games. We'll have, the literacy tent. Oh, I'm sorry. More Than Words is a mobile bookstore that's coming out. It's an amazing thing, like literally a truck with a bookstore in it. So they'll be giving away books, arts and craft face painting. So it's just gonna be a great time. Come out.
Is the lemonade stand gonna be there again?
The Muhammad kids are so, and I guess they get it from their parents. They're so last minute. My niece texted me yesterday about this lemonade stand. And I'm like, why y'all wait till the week of? So hopefully they get it together, because I'm like, I worked a job at 12. Y'all at 12, y'all can figure some of this stuff out.
That's right.
So don't be relying on your parents and your aunties and uncles.
Sure does.
So hopefully they figure it out, and they'll be out there. They had some amazing strawberry lemonade
They
was
did.
selling,
It was
the little
so good.
entrepreneurs.
And that day was hot.
Yeah,
it was so
hot.
refreshing.
Yeah.
Put a little something in there for the parents.
I got my ball in my purse.
Put it in my back. Because you know you got to get level your head when you be outside with so many children. Because they be talking and
You have to go
running.
take a walk.
Cousin walk.
Whose kid is this?
It's somebody, this one we found this one out here. Take it.
Awesome.
I love it. We'll definitely be there. Look for the Spark FM tent. We'll be giving away some stuff for the children who are coming up and spinning a wheel and doing all kind of fun things. So make sure you guys go out. If you need more information, visit us on Spark FM online page or Daddy and Me Boston. And you can find out all the information, but we'll post it online, so you can't say, I didn't know that it was happening. Yes, you did. You knew. Goddamn no.
What time it start, though?
11 o'clock. That means we going to get there around 2.
Not about to say that's not Caribbean people time.
Yeah. So let's tell them it start at 10 so they can get there at least by 12 o'clock. And then we can have a good time. Lots to do, lots of fun, food, fun, family, and that's what we need to do on a great Saturday day.
Yes. Absolutely.
With that said, people, thank you guys so much for coming. How can we find you guys on social media, on the website? Just kind of reiterate that.
Well, we're live right now, so Daddy and Me is at Daddy Me Boston on Instagram. I don't have a personal, but I do have my travel, which is Wanderlove on Instagram.
Book me a trip.
I can actually. Let me plug that. Yeah, Wanderlove. Wanderlove excursions. Yeah, hit me up. You need to book a little excursion. But yeah, and then Doncor.
I mean, I don't know. I'm wearing a different hat today.
You don't come in here being we know who you are. These people know.
Our nonprofit organization that loves and supports the Daddy Me mission is Who's Got Morale on Instagram as well as Facebook. And then obviously the work of healing our people from the traumas of firearm accidents, as well as making sure folks get licensed, is going to be at the Dawn Firearms.
2A.
All day. It's a healing modality.
I like it.
God, morale.
With that said, people, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys on Saturday at Daddy and Me Literacy Family Day, 11 to 3 o'clock at Truman Parkway Martini Shell. Go up there, have a good time. It's free too.
Yeah.
We love free.
We love it.
Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We'll be right back after a commercial break.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz. The only thing that does matter is great music, and you will find it here.
The all-new Spark FM.
This is your favorite Latina couture from Exposed TV, bringing you the latest scoop. And guess what? You're tuned in to Spark FM, the #1 station for urban and Caribbean music. Mark your calendars because I've got something special brewing for you. The biggest music business conference, the Grind Jam Session, is taking place June 10th and 11th at Exposed TV Studios. And trust me, this is an event you don't want to miss. Get ready to elevate your game. We've assembled an all-star lineup of talent and knowledge for you to soak up. And who better than to learn from the legendary Steve Lobel and many other music professionals. Now, here's the deal. Tickets are selling fast and you need to act quickly. Head over to exposedwithaz.com and secure your spot for a mind-blowing event. And believe me when I say this is an investment in yourself that you won't regret. This is Kateria signing off from Spark FM, your ultimate source of urban and Caribbean music. Stay tuned for more updates and keep rocking that positive energy. Hasta luego, mi gente.
Moonbox Productions is thrilled to present the Boston New Works Festival, taking place June 22nd to the 25th at the Calderwood Pavilion and the Boston Center for the Arts. The Boston New Works Festival is a weekend-long festival celebrating new original plays by local playwrights. 7 original plays, 5 different stages, 1 wild weekend. Tickets are $25 per show. Pay what you wish tickets are available at the box office. Get your tickets now at moonbox.org.
Attention, gentlemen. Are you looking for a suit that will make you look sharp and feel confident? Look no further than Allen's Formal Wear, a Boston legacy business. Our expert staff will help you find the perfect suit for any occasion. With a wide selection of colors, styles, and sizes, we have something for everyone. And the best part, our affordable prices won't break the bank. So why settle for a mediocre suit when you can stand out in Allen's Formal Wear? Visit us today at 594 Blue Hill Ave, Dorchester, or allensformalwear.com to book an appointment. Visit us today at 594 Blue Hill Ave, Dorchester, or Allens, ALLANS, formalwear.com to book an appointment. Allen's Formal Wear. We are dressing you for success.
Boston and surrounding communities. Boston Leslie Gay Urban Foundation and Fenway Health Center is coming to inform you on how important it is to protect yourself from COVID-19. Let's get vaccinated. Let's encourage our loved ones and community friends and family to get boosted. Getting a COVID shot and a booster shot will help save more lives. Guess what? If you receive a vaccination, Blue will give you a one-day pass to any Urban Pride event, July 1st to July 3rd, 2023. To get connected to a health center near you, email info@lesbiegayurbanfoundation.org or visit the CDC website to learn more.
Mattapan Square Main Streets invites you out to
Spark FM.
Medication. Your medication makes me high.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
She like the way that I move. She like the way that I rock. She like the way that I woo. And she let it clap for it.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
She like man, we ride. Big ride, big ride, big.
Spark FM.
Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are back.
Yes.
How did that get over there?
What is it?
That.
I put that there.
Where'd you put that there?
Don't worry.
Wow, that's fun. That is fancy. I feel like I'm being watched. I got a feeling
Where was it
somebody's
before?
watching me. Right there.
Oh.
Now they're getting a head-on view of me. Hello, how you doing? It's time for our national and world news. Miss Tony, what you got for us?
Well, as we know, New York air pollution is among the world's worst, and we knew that because New York's dirty. Sorry. I'm sorry. Are you from New York? My bad. Oh, my bad. New York City's air pollution among the world's worst as Canada wildfire smoke shrouds the Northeast. It's not New York's fault. It's Canada's fault. My bad. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry. New York City topped the list of the world's worst air pollution for parts of Tuesday as harmful smoke wafted down south from more than 100 wildfires burning in Quebec. Smoke from Canada's fires has periodically engulfed the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic for more than a week, raising concerns over the harms of persistent poor air quality. And I think that it was affecting here last week, too, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
How it passed New York and get here last week and now
It didn't pass it. New York just didn't know the difference. Not saying that.
Yesterday, like that's why it's been so cold.
Yeah. Oh, that's why it's been cold. Why would it be cold?
That's
we
because
ain't got no sun.
They can't tell the
Oh,
difference
'cause it's
between
smog.
smog.
Oh, they ain't got no ozone layer in New York, man.
You got an ozone layer.
That ozone layer is gone in
We
New
don't
York.
have that.
That's gone.
We got rid of that one.
I remember they was talking about the ozone layer when I was in like elementary school, so it got to be gone by now, right? It's gone. Lululemon stands by its decision to fire employees who intervened in a robbery. That's very interesting.
I would fire them too.
Why?
Let me tell you why. Because I can't imagine working at a retail store and stop somebody from stealing. It ain't coming out of my check.
It's
like,
dangerous.
Yeah,
it is
especially
dangerous.
like pursuing them. If you see them in the
Yeah.
act and you're like,
Yeah.
no. But if you run after them, I don't know if that's the case, but if you run after them and try to apprehend them because they stole from the store, you're the fool.
Yeah, I remember. I will never forget the boy who was working in CVS down by by Children's Hospital down Longwood Medical area, and a guy came in there and stole some toothpaste. He went out there chasing him. The guy stabbed him and killed him. This is Lululemon CEO Calvin McDonald said the retailer stands by its decision to fire 2 employees who tried to intervene during the theft at the stores. I want to see it. I want to see it. Do it.
It's still there.
Do it got words?
There's several Lululemon stores in the Bay Area have been targeted by shoplifters.
Because Lululemon is expensive. It's like $40 for a pair of leggings. You gotta go on a Yitty.
How did they interview? But are you seeing it now?
How did they intervene? Yeah.
What? Like they came in there like they was going to shop, no face covering, nothing like that. An average of $100 for some leggings.
Oh, I said $40. $100 for leggings.
If y'all don't go to Primark.
Exactly.
And get them for $8.
So it says the incident took place in late April at the stores in Peachtree Corners, Georgia. Cell phone footage from the store shows 2 men wearing hoodies and face masks rush into the store and grab armloads of merchandise from areas closest to the entrance of the store and then rush out. One female employee is seen near the entrance of the store close to where the men were heard yelling, "Get out," repeatedly. It is unclear if the footage was taken by a customer or an employee. In this particular case, we have zero tolerance policy that we train our educators on around engaging during a theft. Oh, they call employees educators. Nice.
That's cool.
Why? Because we put the safety of our team and our guests front and center, McDonald said during an interview on Friday. It's only merchandise. McDonald said the employees knowingly broke the policy and engaged with the thieves, including following them out the store. 3 men were later apprehended. While Lululemon has come under fire, notably from conservative media, for seemingly penalizing staffers, or is it penalizing or penalizing?
Tomato.
Staffers who attempted to stop a robbery. These situations always are a delicate balance, said a criminologist from University of Florida. And he said, you're dealing with potentially very aggressive and violent people committing these crimes. Retailers have seen employees lose their lives when they've tried to intervene.
I completely agree with it. I mean, I don't know if they should have lost their job.
I know,
Maybe
but,
should have been suspended or something like that. Or maybe spoken to.
Reprimanded.
Reprimanded. Like sat in the office like, this is our policy. I know that you guys tried to intervene, but if you see it happen again, that's just not something that we do here, and reiterate the policy, because I probably signed that, didn't know that I wasn't supposed to intervene, thinking that I'm supposed to intervene.
Yeah.
I want to work at Lululemon because I'll be like, ooh, they over there. Get it, girl. You got, there's a small under there too.
Oh, you dropped one.
Have a nice day while I press the panic button and call 911.
Exactly.
And let the police deal with it. I am not the police.
Do you think that there are some retailers that want the people to intervene, or is this a universal thing? I think it should be a universal thing.
I think it should be. I think that there are some retailers that, expect that to happen. But I think it's a very, very dangerous practice. Because if you think about it, these retailers have insurance on stolen whatever. So it's not like they actually are losing money.
This is true.
They have coverage for that. So you putting your life in danger only means that we got to deal with a shutdown or a riot or something like that if something goes down. Mind your goddamn business.
Right.
It's not your business. Ring up the customers that want to pay.
Mind the business that pays you.
Hello.
And security ain't my job. Embattled Congressman George Santos has been told by a judge that the identities of the trio who paid his $500,000 bail must be publicly revealed. Mr. Santos, a Republican from New York, pleaded not guilty last month to federal charges of defrauding his campaign supporters, lying to obtain unemployment money, and making false statements on congressional disclosure forms.
That's all he did?
Right. He can't disclose them because all 3 was him. That's what I thought. All 3 of the people who put up the money was him under false names.
I agree.
That's what it is. Magistrate Judge Ann Shields ruled on Tuesday that Mr. Santos has until 12 p.m. on Friday to appeal her decision, at which point the names should be unsealed. She also sealed her decision, keeping the names a secret until the deadline. George Santos is just a fraud, and that's all that there is.
I don't like him.
Yeah.
I don't like him as an actual person. Because I just feel like I don't know who to like.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is.
I don't even know if that's his real face. You think he did the face off?
Yes, I do. I do think that I think that everything about him is fake. Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't like him. Sad news, a mass shooting after a high school commencement ceremony leaves 2 dead, including an 18-year-old graduate.
And these stories, like we were just talking to Don Firearms, and he's a big advocate for, owning guns and sticks like that. And even when these cases, like, I feel like we got to talk to him more about these school shootings and what can actually happen. Yeah. Like, because this, I don't know what to say about this again. It's graduation.
It's graduation. A gunman opened fire at a high school commencement ceremony in Richmond, Virginia, Tuesday, killing 2, including an 18-year-old graduate, and injuring 5 as terror spread among hundreds who had gathered to celebrate. The suspect, a 19-year-old man, is in custody, and police will seek second-degree murder charges against him. The police chief said that other charges could follow. A 9-year-old girl was struck and injured by a car in the chaos among guests and graduates after the shooting in Monroe Park, across the street from the Altria Theater, where Huguenot High School held the ceremony. This should have been a safe space, Edwards said. It's just incredibly tragic that someone decided to bring a gun to this incident and rain terror on the community.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Do you have
No, I'm not.
a clip? The shootings marks one of at least 279 mass shootings in the United States so far this year, according to the Gun Violence Archive, which defines a mass shooting as one in which at least 4 people are shot, excluding the shooter. So the shooter is alive. He has been taken into custody. That's just really, really awful. Do you remember last year there was a shooting like outside of the Charlestown High?
Yep.
Graduation.
During graduation.
Yeah, and it wasn't at the graduation, but it was like outside, and I think they ended up canceling that ceremony. In a related story, gun-related deaths spike in the U.S. for the second straight year, a report says. It says that for the second straight year, gun violence killed more people than ever before in the United States, as a new report finds firearms kill about 134 people per day, or 1 person every 11 minutes.
Let me ask you, do you think that it's a gun, and this is the argument coming from 2A supporters, do you feel like the people who want to commit crimes are really looking to get legal guns? Like, especially with these, I know a lot of these mass shootings, we think about Dylan Roth and blah, blah, blah. They all I think they had legal handguns that they were able to buy because they were 18 and there's no restriction or something like that. But would putting more restrictions on guns actually stop the violence that is going on here, because of the fact that most of the guns that these people are using are not registered anyways?
That's a very good question.
Putting restrictions on the type of guns and stuff like that, and like in places like the South and
Yeah.
stuff, absolutely.
So yeah, like those places, because they don't even have no rules, right? They have nothing. You could just you go to Walmart, get a gun on in the candy set in the candy lane, and then just go outside and have a good old time flashing it.
And with just saying, the type of guns, because isn't it a fact that most of these mass shootings are committed with these AR-15s or automatic rifles? Why are they being sold to people anyway?
So that's always my thing when I see them say things like, they're not using legal guns, but I'm like, but if you have basic gun laws, the ones that can kill a lot of people at the same time, then whatever. I believe that people should have the right to bear arms. I do believe that you should, but I don't
you should
think
have like a Glock or a handgun.
like
You
a little
shouldn't
pow
have this
pow
automatic
pow.
weapon. You're not where
what
are
is
you
that?
going to war at? That's
Something that
crazy.
could shoot holes into babies when you use them.
Yeah.
I don't think that anybody should have those unless you're in the military and you're actively in war.
Yeah.
Actively in the war.
The 45-page report released on Tuesday by the Johns Hopkins Center for Gun Violence Solutions says gun-related murders and suicides killed nearly 49,000 people in 2021, a 7.6 jump up and more than 3,600 deaths over 2020, when gun deaths reached a 40-year record during the COVID-19 pandemic. People was out there killing people with guns during the pandemic, which was just really, 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 really crazy.
Which is stupid.
Which is just,
Because what do you do? We're all suffering here, not just you.
And then speaking of violence in the United States, these two have announced their bid for president. Mike Pence announces he's challenging Donald Trump in 2024, and Chris Christie declares run for the White House in attempt to thwart Trump. So the people who are running for the Democrats only want to get rid of Trump too? Everybody just wants to get rid of Trump.
They're all against Trump, and then Trump is going to win. So then, because He's the only one that's been there before and knows what he's kind of doing.
Just knows that's been there before.
Yeah.
He's the only one that's been there before.
Like they love him. He's an alleged raper. He's probably an alleged murderer. He's
liar.
A liar, a bigot, all of these things.
Yes.
He is what America stands for.
Make America great again.
Yes. He's got a good campaign slogan and red hats. How could you beat that?
Exactly.
And I'm not voting for Mike Pence.
No.
Over Donald Trump. If I had to choose between all of those people and Donald Trump, it would most likely be Donald Trump. I'm not choosing any Republican black men like Tim Cook and Tim Cunt and and what's the other one? Stephen. There's another one.
Oh, and the Indian.
And the Indian guy. There's 2 black ones running on the Republican ballot. Y'all ain't ever gonna get even past the primary, so I'm not sure why you're here. They don't like you like
that.
They're
rabble rousers.
But look at Herschel Walker though. Maybe if it was Herschel Walker running for president, then maybe they would have a chance to pick a black man.
Don't say that too loud, because you know he will. You know he will.
With no backing. I'm a raccoon.
He gonna be like that. Oh, that small come down from Canada is why COVID-19. I don't know. Anyhow, that is the national news. That's all I got for you today for the national news.
That's all we got for you. We're gonna take another commercial break, and we'll be right back after a few moments.
Yes.
Keep it locked right here, Spark FM Online.
Turn it on. Turn it up.
This is SparkFMOnline.com.
This is your favorite Latina Katsira from Exposed TV, bringing you the latest scoop. And guess what? You're tuned in to Spark FM, the #1 station for urban and Caribbean music. Mark your calendars because I've got something special brewing for you. The biggest music business conference, the Grind Jam Session, is taking place June 10th and 11th at Exposed TV Studios. And trust me, this is an event you don't want to miss. Get ready to elevate your game. We've assembled an all-star lineup of talent and knowledge for you to soak up. And who better than to learn from the legendary Steve Lobel and many other music professionals. Now, here's the deal. Tickets are selling fast and you need to act quickly. Head over to exposedwithaz.com and secure your spot for a mind-blowing event. And believe me when I say this is an investment in yourself that you won't regret. This is Kateria signing off from Spark FM, your ultimate source of urban and Caribbean music. Stay tuned for more updates and keep rocking that positive energy. Hasta luego, mi gente.
Production invites you to their annual International Togetherness Boat Ride. Tell me about work in the morning, unless we're talking hard work, wine and jam. On Saturday, July 15th, boarding time is at 7 p.m. Departure time is at 8 p.m. sharp. It's all taking place at 70 Rose Wall. That's the Seaport District in Boston, aboard the MV Freedom. Tickets are only $60 in advance and $70 the day of the event. Your DJs on board: Mastermind, Vital Rhythm, Sergio, Alfredito, Idrin, HMP out of New York City. Special performances by a group from Honduras, Turbo Rhythm section of the Trinidad. Light dinner's gonna be included. It's a 21 plus event and proper ID is required. Come dress to impress in your mellow yellow attire. Tickets are available on eventbrite.com. For more information, contact 617-719-3972 or 617-980-4729. Unites Productions invites you to their annual International Togetherness Boat Ride. Look up how it are.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Moonbox Productions is thrilled to present the Boston New Works Festival taking place June 22nd to the 25th at the Calderwood Pavilion and the Boston Center for the Arts. The Boston New Works Festival is a weekend-long festival celebrating new original plays by local playwrights. 7 original plays, 5 different stages, 1 wild weekend. Tickets are $25 per show. Pay what you wish tickets are available at the box office. Get your tickets now at moonbox.org.
The all-new Spark FM.
Them don't like me, I mean I like them.
Spark FM.
Come on. Ha, sicker than your average.
Spark FM.
Y'all, chick a man be ballin'. These chicks pigeon toed. Some of them be crawling.
Spark FM.
Oh gosh, it's me again.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
We not leaving till to this London. Feeling a feeling. Yes. Hey, glory. I want to go to a party. I want to go to Zouave in the heat, but not hot, in 70 degrees.
70 degrees.
No rain.
Oh.
That's what I want. Oh, a little drizzle.
I like a hot rain.
Like if it was 80 degrees and it started raining. That's
like when
sexy.
we went to SSS Blue in Miami.
Oh, my
that
God.
was amazing. Because it was downpour, but it was hot. And it was special.
Humid and
we had on
everything.
bathing suits.
Blue.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
blue.
swam in that lake that was created. I was doing the backstroke.
What else let's see. It's time for our entertainment report. Let's see what's going on up in the entertainment. Who is your favorite celebrity at this moment in life? Who would y'all say is your favorite celebrity at this point? Mine would have to be Blue Ivy.
Blue Ivy?
She's been dancing her little ass off with her mother in her little concert.
Do she know her ABC?
I mean,
Not dancing that
is she eating? She's 11.
Definitely. I'm with you on that. She eats.
She's
every time.
Every time.
But
It's not good.
No.
I mean, she's only 11. She's gonna have time. She gotta make her body loose. After like her 5th show, no, maybe like her 10th show, y'all gonna see a different Blue Ivy. She gonna be like, Ma, chill. I got this.
It's also her first world tour.
Yes, that is true
We
too.
can't say that, so I guess.
I know that's
Because I know I wouldn't be able to hit any of those moves. I was trying to practice. I can't even do a damn TikTok.
My knee won't allow it.
My knee won't allow it. My knee said
Not
no.
allowed. Not allowed.
And Tristan had bright idea that we were gonna be doing TikToks, and we ain't did not a TikTok yet.
Yeah.
Huh? What?
Well, now that we have Leah here, we're gonna do the TikTok.
We gonna do the TikTok.
Leah and Julissa gonna
teach us how to TikTok.
Is that her name?
Yes.
Julissa. Oh. Yes.
Nope.
No, it's not. What's her name?
Guys, on the mic.
Jules. I know, right? No, seriously, we have no cooch. Who's my favorite celebrity right now? My favorite celebrity right now is Ice Spice.
Why? Why'd you pick her?
She's hot. She's trending.
She's a munch.
She's a munch.
Oh no, she like a munch.
Like a munch. Yes, she's hot. She's trending. No. My favorite celebrity definitely is Cardi B. I am a.
Me too.
I love Cardi B.
Me too. I was
love
watching
her.
Fast 9 yesterday, and
Uh-huh.
her little part in there. I was just like, good for you.
I do like that girl.
Yeah.
I like her.
Yes,
And
yes.
I like what she's doing.
Speaking of all of these people, Nicki Minaj is sued for allegedly damaging borrowed jewelry, and she denies it. Nicki Minaj is always in the news for the wrong reason.
She is. And why is that,
I
Nicki?
don't know. She cannot do well. She just needs to sit down and rap. Just get in the stew and drop music after music. Let the barbs go crazy.
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj is being sued over some costume jewelry she allegedly borrowed and damaged. Is being dragged to court over some alleged unpaid bills for custom jewelry, but her attorney says she's not responsible and claims the jeweler is just using her for publicity. I would too. The rapper is being sued by a West Hollywood jeweler who claims they loaned out some bling to the rapper, a pretty standard transaction for celebs, but the jeweler claims some of these pieces came back damaged, which is not standard. According to a lawsuit lawsuit obtained by TMZ, Nicki stylist Brett Allen Nelson signed a contract with Rose Ark Jewelry Store, with Rose Ark agreeing to loan Nicki jewelry for a public appearance. The store claims the contract called for Brett to return the bling within a week and pay for any damages the jewelry might have occurred under his watch. In the docs, Rosemark claims Nicki's stylist failed to return 66 pieces of jewelry by the agreed upon deadline, and when Brett finally forked over the bling, there was noticeable damage to a set of earrings and a leaf ring. How do you damage earrings and a leaf ring at an event? Was she fighting? Did somebody pull it? Did it scratch? Like, what is it that you were doing for an earrings and stuff?
If it's gold is very soft. It can damage very easily.
But like, what are you doing to make it damage? Like you throwing your ear around?
But I'm assuming that
you slammed your ear up on the wall on purpose?
I would
like
think
what?
that it's getting damaged inside the box. If it had 66 other pieces of jewelry,
Yeah.
I think it's getting damaged in travel.
But when people lend you the jewelry, don't they present it to you in a box
Yeah.
and they flip it up and the light come on and the thing like that?
That's in the movies with a blood diamond or something.
Oh yes.
No, but
They're not supposed to just be thrown in
I
the
don't
box.
know if they threw it all 66 pieces in the box, then that can't be her fault.
Mm-hmm.
If they gave it to her and she slammed her ears into the wall on purpose, it definitely is her fault. Or if she got into a fight and got dragged on her chest, then I get it.
Wow.
But I don't know if that. How else do you ruin jewelry that you're wearing at the time?
Yeah, and if you're only wearing it for a short while, I don't understand
you're
that.
going to an event and leaving said event and you're not doing the most with it. Even if you're on stage, you are not literally, unless you are doing pasa dancing, there's no way that the jewelry can get that damage where you need to sue this woman for some jewelry or just make a bag. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
She
know.
got the money.
Make sure y'all do remember she's releasing her new album in October.
Yes, October. I saw that she put. Oh yes, her album is coming. Look at
2018.
Barb ass Toya in the comment section talking about relax. Ain't nobody. We just want to know. We just want to know what happened. How she got into a fight with her ears.
Yeah, and how old is Nicki Minaj?
She's like 42, right?
Like 38.
No, they call her old lady all the time. I think she's like 41.
There gotta be a different endeavor for her to take upon than stage.
She's 40. Okay. Just 40-year-old. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, she's gotta chill. I don't know. She gotta stop running around her neck or something like that. Whatever. Lil TJ. Just who's Lil TJ? I hear his name a lot.
Ain't he the reggae?
I don't know.
No, that's TJ.
Oh.
This is Lil TJ.
Oh.
There's the other
Who's
TJ.
Little TJ?
She talking about the reggae guy.
TJ.
TJ.
Who's Little TJ?
Who's Lil? Yeah. What he rap?
What he say?
What he saying? No, you don't got
Is this the guy with the race or something, or am I wrong?
Huh?
I don't know. So anyway, Lil TJ is in police custody once again. His lawyer says the rapper got arrested at NYC second time this year, and this time it all went down live on Instagram. TJ's lawyer Don Florio tells, I don't believe him.
Okay, Lil, he sings Zoo York. I'm from
In
Zoo York.
Zoo York.
Zoo York.
Now you know that's
No.
I'm from Zoo York. It's a drill song.
Calling my phone.
But Zoo York.
And then he sings
And I'm
you
in
sing
Zoo
the Jackie song.
Pop it out.
Something like that. I'm doing
He
a bad,
he got a song
terrible
called
impersonation of it.
Pop Out.
Oh, Pop Out.
FN in my head.
Yeah.
Sex sounds.
Guys, we don't know any of his top
Run it up
five.
and
I
beat
think
the
we should
odds.
just
No,
give it
no,
up.
no, don't know who he is. Never heard of him.
Sex sounds.
Sex sounds.
That sounds like something I don't. That sounds like macaroni and cheese. Get it?
Macaroni in the pot.
The rapper was filming a short clip for a music video when cops arrived on the scene in Manhattan and took him in for reckless endangerment. Damn. He captured his arrest on video too, as he happened to be live streaming Tuesday during the ordeal. Some folks in the crowd told him to stop resisting as his phone ended up in someone else's hand. TMZ broke the story. The 22-year-old was arrested in January after a traffic stop in the Bronx while en route to shoot a video with Ice Spice. Oh, I remember that. Law enforcement sources told us cops found a handgun in his vehicle, resulting in him getting booked for weapon possession. Of course, the guy is also lucky to be alive after getting shot 7 times in 2022. Damn, who is he? 50 Cent? Who shot him 7 times and why they shot him?
They shot Lil TJ?
Lil TJ.
Damn.
Lil TJ shot 7 times. 7 times. Let's see what happened to him. He was shot 7 times in a botched robbery. Oh, that's terrible.
We got some.
Let's see this arrest. Let me investigate.
Stop. You know you can't come. Don't touch me.
Turn around.
No. No, bro. I don't know.
Listen, when there's something like that in the car, everyone gets placed in handcuffs.
What's in the car? I don't know what's in the car. Don't touch
sir.
me. You want me?
Firearms back.
There's no firearm in the car.
Don't fight him, Teach.
TJ's the first,
TJ, don't fight, T. Don't fight, T. T, don't fight, T.
You bigger than
T,
that.
don't fight,
You
T.
bigger than that. Don't do that.
TJ, it's not real. T, I know.
Looks like another arrest. That's sad. We're always getting arrested for
But why he fight him though?
And because everybody else do, don't your hands up, don't be touching me, don't be touching me. I ain't got nothing to say to the police. I'll get my lawyer.
My hands is up before they arrest me.
Shit.
As soon as I see him.
Take me out. Take my. I ain't got nothing.
Right.
I ain't got it all. I ain't got nothing. I'm not resisting, sir. Here's my hands behind my back already. You ain't got to say nothing to me. I can do it.
Exactly.
Keeping it moving. Ice Spice.
Yes, my girl.
I don't know what this sounds.
That's my girl.
Yes, Ice Spice is icing.
Yeah, there's nothing here.
I wonder why that happened. T.I. scores minor victory in lawsuit against woman who claimed, woman who claimed he held gun to her head. T.I. just be out here T.I.ing, huh? He always in the news for the wrong reasons as well.
I know, but why don't he go sit down? I just feel like all these old rappers need to just have a seat. Why y'all in the news for bad things?
Mentor. T.I.'s lengthy courtroom battle against his wife's former friend Sabrina Peterson, who claimed in a 2021 lawsuit that she was being harassed after she alleged that the rapper held her at gunpoint, appears to be nearing an end thanks to a California judge. According to Law 360, on Monday, an appeals court struck down several claims in Sabrina Peterson's lawsuit against T.I. and his wife, Tiny Harrison. Court documents reveal that California's Second District Court of Appeal dismissed Peterson's claim to trade libel, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and intentional and neglected interference with prospective economic advantage. Wow, she went for it. The Paper Trail rapper and his wife filed a motion to dismiss Peterson's lawsuit shortly after it was filed. This was based on California's anti-slap law, which protects free speech. While the couple's motion was initially denied, the appeals court ultimately sided with the couple. Despite this, Peterson's case has not been completely dismissed. She does, however, owe the couple fees and costs incurred both in the trial court and on appeal in moving to strike the claims which they prevailed. Oh, well, good for them. Because they lost the OMG Dolls case. So
they
did?
They
did.
Oh.
They said that they don't got enough. They didn't steal their likeness, which is crazy because it's called
because
the
it's
same
exactly
thing,
them,
and they wearing the same thing and they look the same way. So I'm not sure why that was dismissed. But what do I know? I ain't in the court system. I don't know nothing. And what else do we have here? B. Simone was trending as usual. It's not something good. Is it too soon? So B. Simone and DC Young Fly's wife Jackie O were really great friends.
Yes.
Now part of her sister circle and on the show and all kinds of stuff. So she's been mourning. So people are coming after B. Simone because she says that the only people that will get any content from her are the people that paid for her close friends chat or group or whatever. So people are coming after her because they're like, she's making people pay to see her grieving. You don't gotta pay for it.
Yeah, if you're not my close friends, you're not going to see much of my life during this time. Close friends, I love you. Thank you for being a safe space.
So they're getting on her for capitalizing off of her friend's death or something.
Damn.
I didn't take it like that. I don't get it. Like, I
Why?
guess
Because where does she say to pay for it?
she says if because she
Join
has,
my close friends now.
yeah,
There's
so
a
the
link.
when you go to the link, then it will point you to where to pay for to get access to her close friends. But she's always promoted her close friends and the payment associated with it. So she's basically saying, for the people who are my close friends, you guys are the only ones that will be able to see content from me.
Right.
Everybody else that have not paid for it or whatever will just not see that. And right now I don't have a lot of content. I'm grieving.
Right.
So
and people are mad because they want to see her grieving?
Yes.
It's a little tacky.
Yes.
It's a little tacky.
Well, it's tacky on whose part? The people who want to see her grieving, right?
Her for posting the link. It's a little tacky.
Oh, I think it's
I mean,
tacky
but
for
she
people
al-
who want to see her grieving.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
quite-
she's been posting the link for like a year. So why would she stop
didn't
now?
have to do that with that post. She didn't have. You could have. You're grieving. Why you have to include that post? You could include it on any other post.
True. Okay.
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong. You're not wrong at
A
all.
little bit of clout chasing. There.
I see what you did there. I'm not mad at you either. It's perspective.
I'm your friend.
Yeah. But yeah, like that's I mean, I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? In the comment section, if you had it could be a little.
I don't even use my close friends. I need to though because I be sending
it's
y'all
like-
individual things.
It's like
and I
when
just need
somebody
to do with the
passes
close
and
friends.
everybody's posting the pictures with them. It's like, and then you see somebody, if you know that person personally, and then you'll see somebody that maybe they had a conversation one time, but they're carrying on like they were the best of friends and stuff like that. It's like, bruh.
But she was the best of friends with this girl,
but
right?
I mean, I'm saying it's like that. It's like that kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Y'all boy Ja Morant's team alleges that the gun in the second video was only a toy.
Was it a painted duck hunt gun?
Yes. I want to know why the hell that matters.
Right, this is what I'm saying. So what? You shouldn't play with a water gun, a cap gun, Nerf gun, no kind of glue gun, nothing.
And if it was fake, then I would have had a big Nerf gun in it to be like, I don't got a real gun now. It's just a super soaker.
Exactly.
Like, I don't see why you would get the closest looking gun to a real gun to be telling me that it was a toy. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
And you're posting a statement
Yeah, right.
after it happened.
Why are you doing that?
Just hush. Go sit down.
I'm not sure what I don't
Nerf
understand.
Guns are black like that.
He
Nerf
was
guns
just
are
trying to
always
help his
green and
friend.
blue, so they don't look alike.
Yeah,
you
like
didn't
I
really
don't.
eat with that one.
You didn't try hard. You got to. You need more people.
Yes.
The story that we talked about yesterday about the mom who got shot through the door is now going viral, and a lot more news stations and platforms are picking it up.
Yeah.
Because it's a crazy situation.
Yeah.
If you don't remember what it was, the mother lived in front of a racist neighbor, and they used to fight all the time. At one point, the children was over at the white neighbor lady's house, in the yard, I guess, and she shooed them away, and started calling them racist things. They left that yard and went over back to their yard, but realized that they forgot an iPad at the other house. The white lady took the iPad into the house. So when the woman or the mother of four went to the lady's house to retrieve the iPad, she was shot and killed through the door.
Right. I thought she had threw it at the children.
So she had threw the iPad. Oh, is that what? She had threw the iPad and hit the boy and broke the glass. So I think the mother went over there. No, but they're saying to retrieve the iPad.
Oh, I don't know.
So I don't know what that little detail is, but regardless of what happened, the mother went over to the lady's door to talk to her, either to get the iPad back or to talk to her about hitting her child, and she got shot through the door. Florida has a stand your ground law, and that has come into play because this lady has not been arrested at all for killing this lady.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that.
I just saw something that said that the woman has now moved out of her house. The woman that killed the woman, she's moved out of her house because she's afraid of.
I don't understand why. Like when I thought that when you shot somebody, you automatically get like arrested,
Right.
and then they might release you or whatever.
Right.
But no, especially in Florida. I was reading that the police said that she's been arrested now.
Oh,
the
she's been
police
arrested, okay.
said that there are strict laws in Florida that state that if that stand your ground law comes into place, that they can't arrest them. It's a strict
really?
law that you can't arrest those people until after investigation. So I'm guessing. Let me see if I can find an updated story.
The soonest one that I found is 15 hours ago. And it's still that neighbor's call for arrest. I don't see where it says that she has been arrested. Her name is Susan Lawrence, 58. The neighbor was she was arrested and charged with manslaughter. The sheriff's office said on Tuesday. She was also charged with culpable negligence, battery, and 2 counts of assault.
Because I don't even think she looked through the door.
No.
And the crazy thing is, in the comment section too, somebody was just like, I wonder if she was trying to kill one of the kids.
Right.
Because if you don't look through the door at all and you just firing shots, that's super negligent. Like you don't even know what's at your door.
And they said that the woman's 9-year-old son was standing next to her when she was shot through the door.
Yep. Oh, they have a video of her being arrested
I have an update here.
Let's go for it.
Improving durability and performance in harsh environments around the world. Deploy in a moment's notice with our intuitive inspection robots.
Florida other
See
than Miami for spring break. Because I don't know what's happening there.
Yeah, she also threw skates at them. That's true. They said that too yesterday.
Marion County, the Ocala woman accused of shooting her neighbor is now in custody, and this arrest comes after several days for calling of that arrest.
Tony Atkins is live outside the Marion County Jail this morning. And Tony, this case has now picked up national attention.
Yeah, it has, and that's why Sheriff Billy Woods says he wanted to make sure his deputies had as much evidence as possible before they made an arrest in this case. He said it was really important to protect the integrity of the case, so when they do make an arrest, they have as much evidence as they need to go from that arrest stage to a conviction. Now, in this case, it led to the arrest of this woman, 58-year-old Susan Lorenz. She's charged with manslaughter with a firearm, culpable negligence, battery, as well as 2 counts of assault. She's accused of shooting 35-year-old A.J. Owens, who deputies say confronted Lorenz for throwing a skate at one of her kids. They say Owens went to knock on her door, and when Lorenz fired her gun through the door. That was back on June 2nd. Now, the initial call at this property that day was for trespassing. Then there was a second call for a shooting, which called Florida's Stand Your Ground law into question. The sheriff says he doesn't see this as one of those cases.
Personally, I think it's a great law, designed to help Floridians to defend themselves and keep themselves safe. However, it does not apply in all situations. And this situation is a prime example of when it was not justified. It was simply a killing.
Yep.
Good. I'm glad he said it.
Yeah, me too.
It wasn't justified
at all.
So let me ask you this. If the police come to my house and I'm defending my house, is that stand your ground too? Or is it got to be if I feel threatened by the police and they come to my house and telling me to come out, how come it's not the same?
If you know it's the police, then it's not the same. But like in the case of Breonna Taylor, they just came in and they started firing. Her boyfriend returned fire, and he didn't know. And then that was a different state. So I don't know if they have stand your ground in wherever that was. But
it's very interesting.
Yeah, self-defense.
Yeah.
Is it?
Self-defense.
It's self-defense.
Not with the police. If it was a police, that's not self-defense.
Oh, and she was also yelling racial slurs, Mike Nice.
She was.
Mike Nice said.
She was. They said that she was racist.
Yeah.
Also, I'm one just to kind of play devil's advocate. If you know that your neighbor is racist and y'all be feuding all the time and all kinds of stuff like that, is that a situation that you would put necessarily yourself in and to go approach them, or would you say she has my iPad, somebody come get it? But again, it's Florida.
Just call the police all the time. Just call the police all the time. It's the same case with almost the same case as this intervening with your job when somebody is stealing. Like
true.
You can't. These people are need no reason and need no reason to do anything crazy. So it's just best that you don't handle it yourself.
And last but not least, Cuba Gooding Jr. I don't know if we got into this yesterday, but Cuba Gooding Jr. settles lawsuit with woman who accused him of rape.
Yeah. Yep.
Cuba Cuba Gooding Jr. has reportedly settled a lawsuit from a woman who accused him of raping her a decade ago, just before the trial was set to begin. The news was announced on Tuesday before jury selection began in New York federal court. However, the trial was called off due to both parties resolving the matter minutes after a juror assembled in the courtroom. The lawsuit sought $6 million in damages, but it remains unclear exactly how much the parties settled for. The outlet reports that the alleged victim would have had to reveal her name at trial had it proceeded. She claims Gooding Jr. raped her in a New York City hotel room. Meanwhile, the 55-year-old Oscar-winning actor has maintained the encounter was consensual. His attorneys even added that she bragged about having sex with the celebrity afterwards. But authorities say over 30 other women accused. Oh, God.
Yeah, he was accused a lot.
I remember that kind of a little bit, but I know it's 30. But authorities say over 30 other women have accused the Jerry Maguire star of sexual misconduct. Gooding Jr. has allegedly groped and forcibly kissed other victims, amongst other inappropriate behavior. In October 2022, he was given a sweetheart plea deal and spared any time behind bars for another Manhattan sex abuse case. He even had his criminal record wiped clean after completing the terms of a plea deal, the Shade Room reported at the time. Gooding's six forcibly touching charges were downgraded to second-degree harassment, then removed from his record after he completed 6 months of alcohol abuse, treatment, and behavior modification therapy. The actor was accused of kissing a woman against her will at a nightclub in 2018. He was similarly accused of groping 2 other women in NYC hotspots in 2019.
And all of this while he was married.
Oh!
Yeah.
Had his most recent case gone to trial, Gooding would have likely faced an uphill legal battle, the AP reports. Last week, the judge ruled he would allow 3 women to testify about their alleged sexual assaults or attempted assaults at the hands of Gooding. He's busy, huh? Them hands are busy.
That's all. Every single celebrity article that you have read today, I've had to encourage them to go sit down. Go sit down, go lie down. What is your problem?
I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, hopefully no that watermelon didn't give me and Leah none.
Cuba Gooding Jr. don't seem like the type that should have to force himself, or maybe he feels entitled to touching and feeling up.
He would get belligerently drunk.
Yeah, he had a drinking problem, and I mean I feel like it's these celebrities just feel like they have a right to grab him in the boom boom. That's what Donald Trump said. When you're rich enough, you just walk up to him and you just grab him up.
I blame the groupies.
You blame the groupies? Yeah.
I'm not victim blaming because I don't know. But again, when we're just talking about putting yourself in certain situations, like we have known for years that groupies are real when it comes to these celebrities, these actors, these ball players who always want to be in the room with them and touch the field and sexing up and stuff like that.
Dirk Felix said Cuba been a freak since Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm that literally like I blame the groupies.
Yeah.
These women go in there and they throw themselves at these celebrities, giving them permission to whatever. And I feel like if that happens enough and I'm in an environment all the time, I'm gonna feel like almost everybody wants the same situation. And I think that when you have an influx of women touching you and groping you and asking to take you back and blah blah blah. I'm not blaming them once they get past the room and if they say no and stuff like that. But why, if I know that I am out here offering sex, if I'm offering sex and I don't want sex, then maybe groupie life isn't for me.
If that's the case, but
if that's the case, with over 30 women, I don't feel like that's the case. But in a lot of these cases of, oh, he touched my titty or something like that, like, why you put it there? Remove your titty.
Take your titty out the way.
Take it out the way or don't offer it to them. I'm not saying everybody does it, but we all know people who do. And let's not act like that's not a real thing.
Right.
It is a real thing.
Shout out to and that's right. And I'm changing the subject a little bit. Shout out to Lester Beaton, who is listening on the check-in. Who is all of these fine men you've been posting onto your page lately? They're all tall and fine,
black and
look like they well seasoned.
A little adobo on them.
A little adobo. They got a little Lowry's. Who they
One
is?
of them names is probably Larry.
Well, I said it's fine.
Larry.
That's in him. So that has, yes, Cuba Gooding nasty.
Cuba Gooding is nasty.
Cuba's nasty. And he don't like black women anyway.
He don't? Really?
No, he don't.
Omar liked black women, though.
Who Omar?
Ain't Omar his brother?
Oh, I forgot about his
Yeah.
brother.
Omar's his brother.
What happened to him?
He's still there, not being
Got an
nasty.
interview going on right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. I forgot about him.
Anyhow, people, we have approached our time on the clock. It's time for us to leave here, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for Thursday. And we're gonna have a good time. I gotta hurry up and get home to meet the trash man. Hey, girl.
Why you gotta go meet the trash man?
Because I forgot to take out the trash today, so usually I go meet him.
Oh.
Sometimes I approach him with a little robe on. There be some fine trash mans outside of my house.
That's when somebody needs to scream at you, put some clothes on, this ain't Africa.
Let me go meet him. I gotta go get ready. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Spark FM Online.
Turn it on. Turn it up.
Is Spark FM Online.